Hi, I'm Jeff Galloway, and you're listening to the Run, Eat, Drink podcast.
Welcome to the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. We feature destination races from across the country. And after the race, we take you on a tour of the best local food and beverage to celebrate. So whether you are an elite runner or a back of the packer like us, you'll know the best places to accomplish, explore, and indulge on your next runcation.
Hey, welcome to episode 97 of the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. I'm your host, Aimee.
And I'm your co-host, Dana. We are closing in on the centennial episode. Just 3 more to go.
97!
It's amazing.
Yay! Oh, I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that we've had so many listeners like Wendell, who wrote in last week, and I have a bit of listener feedback for this week.
You didn't tell me that.
I do. So,
Okay.
Well, I know we have a lot to cover on the show, and coming up, we have a look back at our last training week.
Yes.
Or
we have just this, all we've been doing is
Yeah.
training, getting ready for what's coming this weekend. And as we were
Right.
recording, we were a little late getting the message out this morning due to some illness, but we're recording on Tuesday. This episode's releasing on Tuesday. And
Yes.
then this weekend, we are heading to Jacksonville, Florida to run the Donna.
Yes. So last week was indeed our last full training week before travel. That's true. And we found a great new food truck in town.
We did.
And we got to reminisce about the Fort Lauderdale half marathon, the A1A,
With our drink selection.
with our drink selection this week.
Yeah. And this week for me was a bit of a combination of recovery and training. And I guess what I mean by that is following the race down in Fort Lauderdale, I found myself, I really beat my feet up in that race.
Did you?
For a race that was as flat as that one was, I was really surprised at how bad I had blistered and just the achiness of my feet. And I, admittedly, I am running in my newish Hokas, which I got because we were just having a rough time getting my normal Brooks addictions.
Just
that I run
delayed
in.
shipping times and
Tons of delayed shipping.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a nationwide thing that's
Yeah.
going on. And I have not had this problem with the Hokas before. I think that it was to do with the amount of faster, and I'm saying this, as I'm doing pantomiming air quotes here for
Okay.
everybody so they can
imagine them,
yeah,
if you will.
imagine that. I think it was because of the more running that I was doing than normal, trying to go for the PR.
You're just not used to doing that much running in the Hokas because they're so new, or do you think that you're going to have to change?
Well, I'm not changing ahead of Donna, so I'm going to give it another shot this weekend and see how it goes. But
Okay.
I was really surprised. I had a really bad blood blister, and which is not normal for me. Normally, if I get a blister, it's just a regular blister.
Yeah.
But I had a really bad blood blister on a large one on my left foot and a smaller one on my right that just really surprised me. But so I let my feet rest a good bit this week, and I didn't do anything other than some nice and easy 5Ks.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean,
Well, you got to let them heal.
5:55 and 10:50 for my interval. And I really was not as concerned with it. And I guess you could call it a taper
Yes.
ahead of Donna.
Yes.
So I think that was the way that I approached it. But you were pushing yourself through whatever this funk is that you've caught.
Well, I have followed the instruction of my coach, America's coach, Jeff Galloway, who we will see at the Donna. Hey, our dog Danny says hi, as you can hear in the background. But so Jeff and we converse over the e-coaching program over email, and I give him training updates. And I gave him the update after the Fort Lauderdale race and my struggle despite the perfect weather
Yes.
that we had and the flat course that we had. I don't know what it was. And maybe it was just me trying to push after taking it so easy when we went up and did the miles at Disney. I don't know. But he said, you're feeling a lot of soreness, or what he would call weak links.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, so, on the tough days, on the busy days, you have a lot of work days leading up to the travel and the races. So just walk for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at lunch, and 10 minutes in the evening. So I have to park in a parking garage pretty far away from work. So I just made that my walk and took the long way to work from the parking garage. And then I always walk back to my car at lunch because we have such beautiful views from the parking deck, and walk back to work. And then I walk back out to leave and drive home, the hour and a half commute. So that was really, and he said, just do it every other day so that you can be nice and recovered and rested. Who knew I would come down with the plague?
I made jokes about coronavirus and
no.
Really and truly, down here in Southwest Florida, the flu is starting to rear its ugly head now that we are after the Christmas travel rush, and a lot of our seasonal residents have returned. It's going through my place of work like you wouldn't believe,
and mine as well.
And I've been trying to get Aimee to, hey, we have travel planned this weekend. Take off, get some rest. That's what it's going to take. Of course, that's not happening.
Well, maybe it'll happen tomorrow.
Maybe
it'll happen tomorrow. I'll get some rest, and we'll try to shake this off ahead of one of our absolutely most favorite race weekends ever.
Yeah, but you've also still been doing some yoga and doing other stuff. Aside from just getting your little 10-minute walks in throughout the week, though, because I've been woken up to find that you're in there working out.
Yeah, just yoga and some strengthening exercises, but not really pushing it too much.
Well, you look like you were pushing it to me. So, but again, it's all relative. I'm just trying to take care of you here.
Yeah, so I think the focus right now ahead of travel is to get better.
Yeah.
Get some rest and get better.
Because now, for this race coming up, are you planning on pushing and trying to get, really focus on intervals, focus on speed, or are you going to stick to the experience of the race itself, or a combination? What's your plan?
I've thought a lot about this on the commute to and from work. And this race is one experience that is not to be missed. And so I have decided to PR in the experience of the race.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Because if you get in your head too much, and I feel like, to be honest with everybody out there who's listening to our show and with you, I feel like I got in my head too much in Alaska.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was a course we had never done before. Beautiful state we had never been in before. And for the first few miles, I was in my head about my intervals and my speed.
Okay. So you weren't really focusing on that, was taking you out of experiencing the
course and the beauty and who knows when we're going to get back there. And the whole reason that we run, eat, and drink, the whole reason we do the show, so we can experience new races and we can tell people about how wonderful they are and why they should run in a particular place.
Yeah. Well, I always joke about how much I run, and people go, "Oh, I hate running," and I go, "Oh, I do too. I do it for the for the food and the drink afterward. But truthfully, I do enjoy it, and I enjoy the ability to clear my head, focus on nothing.
It releases positive, those endorphins that Jeff talks about.
Absolutely. And
if you do it right.
When you get in your head about the mechanics of running, and I did find myself doing this a good bit when I was recovering from surgery, it takes you to a place where you're focused on maybe your technical perfection or your technique, and it takes you out of just clearing your mind, or takes you out of whatever enjoyment you get out of it. So I totally understand that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I think that our fellow runners, front of the pack, mid pack, back of the pack, I think that you could relate and tell similar stories of races where you just soaked in the experience of it, or races where you just really got in your head too much and didn't enjoy it, and it wasn't as freeing or energizing as an experience.
Absolutely.
So what about you?
Well, we had talked about it a few episodes ago about what we might like to do this year with Donna, to do something a little bit different for the listeners. And what I've been thinking about is I'm definitely not going for a PR. I'm going to just kind of take it easy. I might do some interval work, but truthfully, that's not the reason that I'm wanting to go. You know, we've talked about it on the show before. I lost my mom in 2016 to stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, and this is a race for me that has so much meaning and is so important. And you go from smiles and laughter to tears to someone handing you a mimosa, to
beer.
Getting fed, to getting a beer, Jello
homemade
shots,
muffins.
Yeah, what I mean, it's a 13-mile street party.
Yeah,
but what I'd like to do is meet more of the people on the course this year and see if anybody would be willing to talk about their story with us. Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out in my head the best equipment to carry with, as far as field recorder, so that we can get some great audio for our listeners, so that you guys can learn about some of the amazing people that are running this race, and some of the amazing people for whom others are running this race.
I think that would be amazing.
And, you know, whether we weave some of that into the next to an episode and make that a standalone episode, or if we just do those as quick bites throughout the week, I think that would be something that a lot of people would really enjoy. Yeah. And that's kind of what I want to focus on. So now I'm in my head now, but it's all about the technical aspects of planning how we're going to do this. You know, we're going to record with the phone. We have a new gimbal for video recording. I definitely want to get some video and play with that, but I also am thinking of which field recorder and how to carry that. So that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. And
you actually have 2 races to accomplish that, plus the social shakeout run.
Yeah,
of the weekend.
This coming weekend's actually a back-to-back weekend for us. The Friday is the social shakeout run. It's a total no stress thing. Yeah, but it's a great opportunity to meet the founders of the race.
Yes, amazing people.
It's a excellent chance to meet some of the other runners. This is where we met Mike and Andy Sharp from the Bouncy Hunters Facebook group, and started up our friendship with them. And it's just a total no stress morning to go out, woke up, get some coffee, and kind of get the blood flowing.
Southern Grounds, shout out to you.
Yeah,
good coffee.
And then the next day is the actual 5K.
Yeah.
And that gives us kind of a preview of what we get to look forward to for Sunday. And, again, the 5K is not going to be too bad. You go out, do your 3, come back, and then Sunday's the big day itself. But it's going to give us plenty of content. So we are going to be covering this weekend, I believe, over 2 weeks.
Yes.
Kind of the way we've planned it out.
Yes, unless you just go out there and you get a lot of content.
Well, we always get a lot of content. It's all about trying to whittle it down to an hour for everybody.
Yeah.
So we will promise to keep it, we'll do our best to keep it to an hour. And if it's going to be a marathon, we'll let you know. But I think that by doing short vignettes or stories of people, that's going to give us a chance to tell a lot of smaller stories. So that might lend itself more to quick bites.
Yeah. So we'll see what we get, and then we will divvy it up across episodes and quick bites as we go.
Yeah. And like I said, I want to do some video content as well. I really think this is a great race for people. If you want to see the race, when we talk about these neighborhoods that embrace this race, and we describe it, it doesn't do it justice. And we have done video episodes in the past, back when we were primarily a video podcast
last year.
But the visuals are just really something to see, and some of it is in such good humor, and they're wanting to be uplifting and supportive, and then just seeing how much support the community has for this race is just, and the people in it is just incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So that's kind of what we've been doing and what we're looking forward to. And so I'm kind of glad I get to, tomorrow is we are recording this on Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I have one more day of work, and then Thursday will be our travel day.
Yes.
Heading up.
Yes.
And I'll actually get a little bit of time here. I think I'm done running this week.
I believe that I am not going to try and do those 10-minute. Yeah, I think I'm kind of.
I think it's going to be some calisthenics, maybe some dips, push-ups, that type of stuff. But I think I'm done running for the week, and just kind of let this be my official taper.
Yeah.
And you need to do some
self-care
and sleep yourself.
Yeah.
So see, and sometimes this is something important to remind listeners. Sometimes training is all about listening to your body and backing off.
Yeah.
Because you can do more harm trying to push through it.
Well, that about does it for the running segment.
Oh, that does it for the running segment. I just said I'm not running anymore. I'm done.
You're not running anymore, and we're going to travel
this week.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
The next time you see us running
at home,
it will be at the Social Shakeout Run 5K and half marathon at the Donna. So if you see a Run, Eat, Drink podcast shirt,
holler at us.
Yeah, come up, say hi, tell your story.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you and meet you. But so we're done with the running. That means it's time for the eating.
Yes.
And our food for this week is actually something a little close to home, because again, not a travel week for us.
Right.
So we've talked about it before. We love food trucks. We love the diversity of food that's out there in these businesses. The ingenuity of them packing these vehicles full of a full working kitchen.
I don't know how they do it.
And some of them are generating just such amazing quality food.
Oh, so much
and
deliciousness.
We lucked out and found a new one for us.
Yes.
Here in Southwest Florida.
We went to one of our old haunts, if you will.
Well, the unofficial
the unofficial brewery of the Ready Drink podcast.
Yeah. We always talk about going to Big Storm because it's close and they're very friendly, and they are friends of the show. And again, not a sponsor, but we do like going there because the space is awesome, the people are great, and they have a fantastic stable of beers.
Oh yeah.
So we decided to pop in over there, and lo and behold, there's this truck.
We happened on the Mangia food truck. Did I say it right? I'm not Italian.
I think you did.
I hope I did.
Close enough.
Such great people. And apparently, in conversing with them at the food truck, they are just getting started, getting in the rotation of food trucks around here with different breweries and different places, different events.
They made mention that a lot of what they've been doing here lately is filling in when other food trucks cancel. And that's been keeping them booked.
For the win. Good for them. So we hope to see them a lot in different places around our area. And if you are a local listener in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, then Mangia Food Truck, let me tell you, it's a new great find. And we had 2 amazing sandwiches for $9.
$9
a piece.
But I was kind of shocked at the menu offerings. Nothing, I think, was over $11.
Right? And there was some pork sandwich that we have to go back and get them. No joke.
Yeah. But we ended up going, number one, we probably could have gotten one sandwich and split it. But
yes.
We did it for you guys.
Right. That's what we're going to say.
It's for science. So we ended up each getting a sandwich to try.
Yeah.
And the sandwiches are about the size of a regulation football.
Oh my gosh. And they are in the episode artwork. So they are huge. They are not your small hot dog bun size sausage sandwiches.
In fact, you talked about it. We've got some audio that we're going to share with you where we do a hot take right there from the brewery talking about these sandwiches. But this is not what you would get at, say, one of those hot dog stands outside of a big box hardware store or home improvement store.
No.
This is the restaurant quality and just fantastic value for the money.
Oh my goodness. I mean, one sandwich, you are right, could feed 2 people.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's play for you guys our hot take recorded live at Big Storm Brewing.
We're here at Big Storm Brewing on February 1st, and they just happen to have an Italian food truck, the Mangia food truck, that has amazingly large sausage sub sandwiches, sausage hoagies, if you will. And we ordered 2 off the truck, and they're $9 a piece, unless you add cheese for $1 more. The first one we have is the house-made Italian sausage with peppers and onions, with your choice of hot or mild sausage. And of course, you know us, we went hot. And then the second sandwich is house-made chicken sausage filled with roasted peppers and Asiago cheese served with fried onions. So you've tried both hoagies,
Yes.
both sausage sandwiches, if you will. Give us your take, co-host of mine.
The hot Italian sausage hoagie is a very traditional sausage sub or hoagie like you would normally get. So you've got the peppers, onions, and sausage on the hoagie roll.
Yeah.
I love their hoagie rolls. They're big. They've got a nice, almost like an egg wash exterior, so
Yeah.
it holds up to any juices that are dripping out. The bread's not getting soggy and unmanageable. The sausage is house made.
You can tell.
Very coarse ground on the sausage
Yeah.
and tons of spice. Tons of spice.
Tons of spice in the hot sausage.
But without blowing your taste buds out.
Right, it's like a warming build.
Yeah.
Instead of just a bam right up front and then your taste buds are shot for the rest of the sandwich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is a excellent, humongous sandwich.
They are huge. The bread is so substantial, and it's not just, you know how sometimes you'll see outside of a Home Depot that or a hardware store,
big box store,
how there's a food truck with Italian sausages, but it'll be more like a hot dog bun size. This is like, I mean, the sausage, link itself.
Oh, just link itself.
The link, it's like, yeah, so good.
I'll do a bromosa.
Yay! So they're huge, and the chicken to me, it is surprising. The chicken sausage is.
Well, the chicken sausage, again, it's a coarse ground chicken.
Yeah.
It's got Asiago cheese and peppers in the sausage itself. What is interesting about it, though, is they didn't overspice it to where it doesn't taste like chicken anymore.
It tastes like chicken,
It tastes
not
like,
sausage.
like chicken.
Yeah.
And it's very good. And we got it with the fried onions. And when they say fried onions, I mean, these are griddled onions. So
they're not breaded.
They're not breaded. They're caramelized on the flat top.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Nice and sweet component to go with that.
Yeah.
The thing that was interesting about the sausage hoagie was they went kind of a controversial choice. A lot of places go with the peppers and onions. They go for the full, cook them down, get till they're soft.
Really soft and almost transparent onions.
The onions are transparent, but the green peppers, I think they throw on at the last minute and just give them a little kiss on the grill.
Yeah.
So they're not raw,
But they're not.
but they're not fully cooked through. You've got some bite to them still.
They're not overly charred, and they stand up to create a different texture in the sandwich itself than you would normally have in a hoagie like this, in a sausage hoagie.
And I think that's better than trying to cheat and throw lettuce or cabbage or something that doesn't belong on a sausage hoagie.
No,
So
that's wrong.
It's a good way to do it.
My opinion. That's wrong. But I like both of these. Would you seek out this food truck again?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Mangia.
Family owned.
Yeah.
They're making really, really good sandwiches. This is
Really great.
a
Yeah.
great find. And for $9,
Yeah. I think all of their offerings, looking at the menu, they're all $9 except for if you add certain things, like you can add broccoli rabe and provolone to a breaded chicken cutlet sandwich. Or
how many food trucks are doing broccoli rabe as an add-on to their sandwiches?
yeah. So I think I would seek this out again. I know they have a Facebook page, so we'll link to that Facebook page. But for now, it's Aimee and Dana here at Big Storm from runeatdrink.net at the Run Eat Drink Podcast.
Not so sunny Southwest Florida afternoon.
It's a rainy afternoon. We're going to continue to enjoy some beer and some sausage sandwiches. See you soon.
Well, chicken sausage and Italian sausage. Oh, such great sandwiches. And I can't wait to find them around town at Big Storm, at Scotty's Beer Works, maybe at Number 3 Craft Brews, wherever we can find them to try more of their menu.
I'll tell you, I've actually been thinking about that chicken sausage sandwich ever since we had it. That's a mark of a sandwich that left an impression.
I'm dreaming about the Italian sausage. So
yeah, the saltiness in that chicken sausage sandwich. I've been thinking about it. It had such good flavor, but they didn't try to spice it up like regular Italian sausage and hide the flavor. They leaned into it being chicken, and the Asiago cheese lending the saltiness to it, and the roasted peppers that were mixed into the meat.
so good.
And that coarse grind on your sandwich.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Not everybody does that. And I also like the fact that your peppers and onions had some bite to it.
Exactly. So many different textures, layers of flavors. They are doing it right.
Oh, they got a website or Facebook?
Mangia, yeah, they're on Facebook. So that's where they directed us, and that's where we said we would link when we went out there and just sung their praises.
Well, we also devoured their food. So
we did. It's true.
Good for them. Good for you. If you're down here in Southwest Florida, go check them out. You are not going to be disappointed at all.
And speaking of Florida flavors.
Yes.
Last week at the A1A Fort Lauderdale Half Marathon, yes, we stayed at the Hilton Double Tree, that Bahia Mar Hotel, which was amazing. And after the race, when we went into the pool to unwind, relax, celebrate with
And
a
recover.
cold beer and recover, yes, because the cool water was helping our muscles. Yeah.
Again, all for science.
We happened upon a great beer from the Miami area called Veza Sir Brewing Company at Mangolandia, a mango blonde ale. Yeah.
And if you had just read, oh, we have a mango blonde, initially I'd be like, I'm not a huge fan of mango, generally speaking.
Right. You always say you never want anything mango flavor.
Well, I don't like mango
Well,
by itself typically. But this I was willing to give a shot. I mean, it seemed kind of like the right color, the right ABV. I mean, it kind of had everything going for it for a pool beer.
Yeah, it says it's a blonde ale. It's 4.8 ABV and 20 IBU, so very low on the bitterness scale. It's a seasonal offering from Veza, and they have other offerings too, as we happened upon later, but their website says, did you ever wake up from the sound of ripe mangoes falling on your roof? This bright and sessionable blonde ale is Miami summer in a glass.
Okay.
Accurate?
Well, you tell me. You
well,
start.
I mean, it makes you feel like you are relaxing by the pool or on a hot summer day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe refreshing after doing some yard work. I thought it was going to be overly sweet by the name of it.
A lot of fruited beers can be.
But it was not. I mean, you still got your ale flavors, and it was not overly sweet. It was just like the essence was there of the mango flavor.
Well,
what are your thoughts?
I couldn't agree with you more. Was shocked at how much I liked this beer, given that it was a mango beer, and it is crisp, refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
It's got just the right amount of carbonation.
Yeah.
The body is nice and light. It has that mango aroma after you swallow. A little bit of the sweetness and a little bit of the tartness, but just a hint. And it doesn't overpower the beer.
No.
And it also has a very pleasant color when it's poured. It's a medium yellow, but it has a slight cloudy tint to, or cloudiness to it, which as the light's passing through, especially if you're outside, it makes kind of your whole glass look like it's kind of almost illuminated. So it was really nice looking in the glass, especially outside, and just didn't disappoint. And I had never seen this beer anywhere until going over there.
Right.
And then we liked it so much so that that's tonight's podcasting juice.
Yes, it is.
Sitting here and we're enjoying a bottle of Veza. Now, what was interesting when you brought this home was that this comes in 12-ounce bottles, but it's like the short bottles that are similar to, like, say, a Red Stripe.
Yeah, the short brown,
right,
darker bottles.
So, not what I expected in terms of the packaging and the marketing of it, especially
different
for a beach or pool beer.
Yeah.
But fantastic. So much so that I'd be curious to try some of their other offerings from that brewery.
Yeah, I was so happy when we went and we found it at our local store, that they had several different ones. One that looked like a Mexican beer, and there was another one there I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that they were doing a Mexican lager for one of theirs.
Spanglish, I think it was called.
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm. And then there was another one, and I can't remember the name of it, but I think that this was a great introduction to their line of beers. I would be interested to visit their brewery over in Miami.
Yeah, I'd like to see what else they are dreaming up over there.
For sure, because I think that this beer would be a great accompaniment to maybe some crab legs on the beach.
Oh, this would be perfect for seafood.
Like peel and eat shrimp.
Absolutely.
It makes me dream of a meal like that.
Yep.
So
I can totally see it. Coconut shrimp, I think, would be a great accompaniment for this.
Oh, yeah. Because usually you have some kind of marmalade dipping sauce.
Sometimes you get something with a little mango, like a mango habanero.
Yeah, like a chutney, or I don't know. But that is just fantastic, and I can't wait to try it.
We're going to have links to Veza Brewing, and you'll be able to check this beer out if it's something that you're interested in. I don't know where exactly they are distributing, so I don't know if they're available outside of Florida or not. But This would be one that if you're here in Florida and it's on tap at your hotel, if you're down here vacationing,
Yeah.
don't hesitate. Give it a shot. And even if you're not big into fruited beers, I think that you might be surprised at this one.
Yeah, I don't think it's got an overly fruity kind of flavor. Really.
Just a hint.
Yeah.
So they do a great job at striking that balance, and we think this is one that's worth checking out.
And it's not really super carbonated either.
No, very easy drinking. That's again, I think that's the mark of a good poolside beer.
Yeah, so when they say sessionable on their website, correct, 100%.
Well, that's also the ABV below 5. So they're looking for, something that you could have a couple and not find
Not
yourself
too bitter.
floating face down in the pool.
Yeah, not too bitter. You can actually enjoy over the long afternoon.
And it's not going to fill you up.
Right. Not too heavy in the body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Check them out. Link in the show notes.
Yes.
You won't be disappointed.
So we had some great food, some great beverages. And I did tell you that we had a listener message.
Yes.
Yes.
You've been holding out on me.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it came in very recently, like right before we started to record. And I just want to share because we got that nice note from Wendell
Yes.
about how he was motivated. And I know that some people do exactly what we do. We kind of hoard podcasts for long runs.
Mm-hmm.
And so
absolutely.
we could be maybe a couple of episodes back and playing catch up.
Yes.
So some people do that with our show. And one listener, Danielle, was just catching up and listening to our Look Ahead to 2020. And she sent me a message on Facebook. I was just listening to a podcast from the beginning of the year. I got into Chicago this year too. While not my first, I remember how totally scary and exhilarating the prospect of the first marathon is. It was on my heart to reach out to you. And she says she lives in Florida. And she says, if we can make it work and you need some help on the longer miles, I'd be more than happy to help out.
Sounds like a road trip for training.
Yeah.
I'll drive you there.
So,
And I'll pick you up afterward.
Danielle, thank you for the message on Facebook. And
Absolutely.
thank you for listening to the show. This listener feedback means more to us than you can possibly know.
The idea that we have somebody who knows us through the podcast and is willing to reach out and be part of your support system for training, that is so awesome.
And they've been through it and they can kind of advise you on what to expect and how they dealt with bumps in the road, because it's never a linear path to your race.
No.
And I haven't even done a marathon, but I know it's never a linear path to your race.
No, not even close.
So
There's always a pitfall. There's always a hang up. There's always something that, life gets in the way.
we love that listener feedback. So really keep it coming. And if you are so motivated and you so enjoy the show, we would absolutely love it if you would head on over to Apple Podcasts and give us a rating and a review, because it really helps us grow the Runcation Nation.
When you leave a rating and review, what that does is it tells the computer algorithm that Apple uses to show you podcasts that, hey, this podcast has new listeners that are highly engaged with it. It's all computer, artificial intelligence. There's a lot of math.
Yeah.
Just trust us. It really helps. We're just asking for a minute or two of your time. Head on over there. That rating and review would really help more people see the Run, Eat, Drink podcast when they're browsing for podcasts.
And if you want to send us a message about your marathon experience like Danielle, or words of inspiration to us, or that we've inspired you and tell us your story, like Wendell from last week, then you can reach out to us at info@runeatdrink.net. That's info@runeatdrink.net.
Or you can call us, leave a voicemail, keep it to about a minute, tell us your name, where you're calling from, and leave your message at 941-677-2730. 2733. That's 941-677-2733. And even if you've just got a tip on a place that we should go to run, eat, or drink, whether it's coffee, tea, beer, wine, liquor, or something else we haven't tried on the show.
A delectable edible. Delectable edible.
Well, wait, depending on the state that you go to, that might mean something totally different.
No. Okay, a delectable meal?
A delectable meal.
Can I just say?
Yeah, stick with the meal.
Yeah.
So,
appetizer?
Yeah, anything
meal,
like
dessert.
That. But we love hearing from you guys, and we can't wait to get those messages from you.
That brings us to the end of our show, Dana.
Well, it's a slightly abbreviated episode this week, but that's because someone has got to take some medicine and go to bed.
Yes, I have to get better. So we have covered our training. We have covered our local fabulous food truck, Mangia, and Veza's Mangolandia. So it's been a great show. We've had some great listener feedback. But for now, we hope you have a great week. For the Run, Eat, Drink podcast, I'm your host, Aimee.
And I'm your co-host, Dana.
And we will talk to you very soon.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. We're having a great third year because of your support. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Run, Eat, Drink podcast. And on Twitter, we're at Run, Eat, Drink pod. You can also give us a call at 941-677-2733 or shoot us an email at info@runeatdrink.net. Visit our website at runeatdrink.net and click on the subscribe link so you don't miss a minute. Accomplish, explore, and indulge right along with us. We'll talk to you next time.